Hey guys, how you doing? Today is World Mental Health Day and I'm going to share a few tips about how I deal with my mental health and I hope it benefits somebody who's watching me right now. If this is your first time on my channel, then please subscribe, like, click that bell notification icon so whenever I put up a new post, you're first to get it. Dealing with mental health. Most people who know me know that I'm not a very religious person. However, am a very spiritual person. And a long time ago, I learned a prayer that became so meaningful to me. It basically forms my subconscious. It's known as the Serenity Prayer. And I'm going to explain how it works with maintaining my mental health, dealing with stress, and dealing with worry. The words of the prayer are: God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. All through my life, most people have known me to be very carefree, and honestly, things don't really bother me. I can't be bothered, really. And this is the reason why. A lot of people go through a lot of things, and I narrowed everything down to be the ability to know what you're in control of and what you're not in control of. Now, the Serenity Prayer is most meaningful to me because it sets aside all my worries. It looks at the fact that when I pray, if I say, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. What does it mean to me? So whenever things go wrong in my life, the first question I ask myself is, do I have the capacity to do something about it? Now, if the answer to that question is yes, then the prayer seeks for God to grant me the strength, the ability to act in order to change the outcome. If I ask the question and the answer is no, then it is for me to acknowledge that at the point where my strength fails, God's strength prevails, and so I surrender it to God. Now, one of the exercises in futility is to surrender something to God and worry about it. Now, to worry about what I've left to God is to diminish my faith in God. It is to say that even though I've left it to God, I do not believe or I do not know if He's going to be able to do something about it. Now, to get results from prayer or from surrendering things to God is to believe in absolute terms that God has the capacity and will act for your good. And so when the answer is no, I surrender it to God. And if I surrender it to God, I do not worry about it. I do not stress about it. I just let it go. Now, the third part of that prayer, which is about the most meaningful part, is the wisdom to know the difference, knowing what you have control over and what you do not have control over. Now, everything you've ever worried about, you've only worried about it because you lacked the capacity to do something about it. Now, if you can do something about it, then the trick is to actually do whatever you can humanly do to change the outcome. If you can't do anything about it, surrender it to God and believe in absolute terms that He's got your back. This is how I deal with my mental health. And so things do not worry me because everything that I have control over, I will act and change the outcome. You can try it, it's good for your mental health. Ugo City